Hello you guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is Christabel and I am the original Power Ranger princess. But on this channel I am Princess Power Ranger. So I wanted to do a quick unboxing. I'm gonna do a Barbie unboxing and I'm gonna be talking about the Barbie movie. So I know I'm late to the game, but I recently got this doll. My ex-boyfriend, yes, a whole ex-girl, bought the Margo Robbie Barbie that came out last year. And I went out and I saw this movie when it came out. So I will be taking her out of the box. I think my ex got this just online and it was so cute because he always buys me like presents and Barbies for birthdays and Christmases, and they always mean so much. And this year, like today's my birthday. This year was no different. We had gone to see the Barbie movie and we actually had a fight. So as I unbox this, I'm gonna be talking about what happened when I went to see the Barbie movie and my thoughts about the Barbie movie and my thoughts on Barbie. Now, if you are not a Barbie fan or a lover of Barbie dolls, do not worry. I'm going to be continuing with my regular content, but because Barbies are such, I don't know, like I've always loved these things. Because they're such a big thing in my life, I'm going to be making Barbie videos periodically. Alright, so let's get into it. So last year, I was dating Jimmy. And it's so funny because Jimmy and Jimmy's my ex-boyfriend. We had met online, and I remember the first time we started talking, we were hesitant of like if we wanted to meet because he comes from Australia and I'm South African, and coming all the way to another country just to meet somebody, it seems crazy, right? But we made it happen, and he came down 2019 and we decided to just be friends. It was only last year that we rekindled the relationship. And I was supposed to go down to Australia, but that did not work out. So he came to South Africa. Now, I want to say like the time that I lived with my ex-boyfriend was honestly the happiest time in my life. Like, to this day, that man is still my best friend. But on the day that we went to watch the Barbie movie, it was so funny because we went on a Friday. Let me just get her out. We went on a Friday, and I wasn't working at the time, but my ex was, and I remember how tired he would always get after work. Now, it had been really, really, really difficult to get tickets in South Africa when the Barbie movie first came out. And so when we got the date, it was kind of like, okay, we have to go because if we don't go now, we won't see it. And I remember I don't remember what the fight was about, but I could sense that he just didn't want to go watch a movie about Barbies. He probably just wanted to chill and and drink a beer and just not be out and about. But I think because we had already planned it and we both agreed, and we were trying to do more couple things that would take us out of the apartment, we decided to go. It was so funny because we were late for the Barbie movie, which annoyed me because I wanted to see the first scene where, there is the big Barbie, and it sort of explained the history of Barbie. I missed that part. I didn't see it. This doll is super hard to get out of the box. Dear God, Barbie. So I missed that part. But what I actually thought of the movie, look, I enjoyed the movie because I am a huge Barbie fan. I honestly feel like the movie was a love letter to Barbie lovers. I think it was a love letter to millennials that grew up in the 90s and the 80s. It's a love letter to them because essentially, and I hate to say this, but Barbie is kind of over. Barbie is not the best-selling doll anymore, and the reality is kids are not interested in Barbie in the way that they were back in, in 95 and the year 2001. Like, it's a whole different ballgame. We live, this doll is incredibly difficult to get out of the box, my God. Like, I should have actually just paused the video and gotten her out. But the movie was a love letter because I think a lot of millennials had this idea that we would grow up and one day we would buy dolls for our, ooh, this is interesting. Never seen this before. Anyways, a lot of millennials had this idea that, we were going to grow up and buy dolls for our own kids and buy dolls for our nieces and all of that, and it would still be the same quality and the same excitement. And it's not. It's not. Never mind the fact that overall the quality of Barbie has changed. I think millennials especially are deeply, deeply nostalgic. And that's why we're having all of these like Lego movies and like there's a Garfield movie that came out and all of the remakes from the 90s are being made again because you just can't let go of these things. I think, it's beautiful that Barbie was such and continues to be such an important part of the cultural zeitgeist. But it's okay that she's not the doll that every little girl wants. It's okay that she's not what we remember her. It's okay. And the Barbie movie was fun for me. I loved Margo Robbie. I loved even Ken's part. I loved imagining Barbie land. I think the movie, as it got towards the later part, it got very chaotic. And it tried to make points that were unnecessary. Talking about how, I think if they wanted to make points on feminism, it would have been wonderful if it wasn't watered down feminism. It almost felt very, very basic. And I understand they had to be very, very safe. But, the Barbie movie, I don't see there being a sequel. And I'm not being pessimistic. I love the movie. Um, I'm so happy I got the doll. Like, I'm gonna have so much fun with her. I cannot believe how difficult it was for me to get her out the box. But going back to now, I'm sitting with my ex boyfriend Jimmy, and we were watching the movie, and I remember I had like this mustard like dress, and my skin was all glimmering and shimmery, and I was wearing these heels that were awful. Um, and even though Jimmy and I had had this terrible fight, and on the ride to the movie, we weren't really talking to each other. I remember how he leaned in and he held my hand. I remember how he looked at me and he kissed me on my cheek, and he was bored throughout it all, but he was there for me. I remember how on my actual birthday, he had set up he'd set up a Barbie kind of birthday. And it's beautiful when you get to find someone like that celebrates you, and even if they don't understand your passions or your interest, they know they like you. Never be ashamed of what you like. Never be ashamed of who you are, and exploring all of that. You know what I mean? I'm so happy I got this doll. I remember when I first saw the doll, there were a lot of horrible reviews about the doll, and I think what I'm gonna do just with the doll, I want to get like an undercoat, like petticoat, just for this, so it's more, true to the movie. Like, in the movie when she jumps off the house, and apparently gravity does not work in Barbie Land and she just floats. Yeah, I want that. And I definitely am gonna have to do something with her hair. So that's gonna be interesting. And I love this doll because she's symbolic of kind of like the relationship that I had, which is now a friendship. She's symbolic, not of my childhood, but this is Mattel's love letter to me and to all other, little little wannabe Barbies out there. Everyone who loved Barbie and appreciated Barbie and wished they could have Barbies. Yeah, this is our love letter. And it's okay that Barbie's not, at center stage like she used to. I love this doll. I might get the Ken. I'm thinking of getting the Ken and the other one where she's, like on the roller skates coming into the real world. Yeah, I definitely want that. And some of the fashions. But to everyone who watched this video, thank you so much. I'm just gonna prop her down over here. I do love how, the new Barbies are articulated. I love how the new Barbies are articulated. The articulation is a lot of fun. Unfortunately, this doll is not articulated at the waist, and I did not notice this, but she comes with underwear. Oh, I really didn't notice that. Most Barbies usually just have painted on underwear. So, oh my gosh, I love her. I'm gonna have so much fun with this doll. Anyways, you guys have an awesome day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.